In honor of National Women's Month, we've invited women who lead from small to large enterprises. And today, we focus in on the female co-founder of Penny Pears, a jewelry brand created in 2018, which this month is highlighting stories and achievements of Filipino designers and entrepreneurs. With us for more is Penny Pears Jewelry's Camille Jimenez. So good to have you with us, Camille. Thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you for having me.
All right, so you've just opened your store in Alabang. So that's in so many days or months you've opened a physical store for the jewelry shop. What is the value of opening a physical store versus just being online? And maybe even going hybrid, but a little bit more online because during the pandemic, sales were really robust.
Yeah, so we've actually opened 6 stores in the last 2 years. So Alabang Town Center is our newest one. And it's one thing that we learned that customers really like to see the pieces in person. They like to be able to hold them, try them on, and generally see how it looks on them. So
what was it like then during the pandemic? Because sales were robust and
Yeah.
you really forged a sort of a path from 2018. You were the first online business in jewelry, one of the first ones. How did they get to try the pairs? Or they didn't? They just took a chance then?
yeah, so I think we got really lucky because we were already online when the pandemic hit. But the thing is, one of our best-selling products is earrings. So a lot of our customers started having meetings on Zoom. They started having Zoom calls. So they wanted something to dress them up a little bit. And earrings were, the perfect thing to make them feel confident, even though they were just behind a screen.
Right, because you're often just seeing the half of you on a Zoom, so
Yes,
everybody just wanted to
exactly.
dress up right here. But what are the rents like? I was just asking Kaloy about inflation for food, but for rents for consumer discretionaries. Has it gone up? Is it still affordable, or has it come down?
I think the thing about rent for us is that recently we've been doing a lot of pop-ups. So the long-term rent in the malls actually is better for us than doing, a few days, like a weekend, or the rent on a day-to-day basis. So generally, I think it's still pretty good.
How would you put a metric on that it's better to have a store rather than a pop-up? Because pop-ups have really become the in thing in malls right now.
So for us, it's really the marketing value. So when we have a store, we make all the effort to build it, to spend on construction, to spend on photo shoots and just all the general things that you need when you open a store. And when we do a pop-up, we only see that for a few days. Whereas when you have a physical store, it's something that's more long-term. And so that's why we decided to go into that.
Are people just buying earrings, or it's the full regal right now? What are you seeing in your stores?
We see a lot of people wearing earrings. A lot of people recently have been into necklaces. So we came up with some collections that are a little bit more meaningful, like a birth flower collection. So people really want to connect with their jewelry. So we also have letters, so people can feel like it's more personal to them.
And I see that you wanted to be high quality yet affordable. So which brings us back to raw materials and
Yeah.
see how that's pulling in some cost into your margins as well. How do you manage then, and where do you get your materials to make sure that you keep your margins?
So for us, yeah, the price of gold and silver has gone up. It's actually more than doubled since we started the brand.
Yeah.
But the thing is, I think we noticed that our customers, they really understand why our prices have increased because they see the quality of the jewelry. And we see that the jewelry quality is really what makes them keep coming back. So because we're very transparent about what our products are made of, which I think not a lot of jewelry brands or fashion brands in general are transparent about that, they're able to see that, oh, this is actually really good quality pieces, and it's okay for them that, yeah.
And international brands have taken notice. You've partnered up with a couple of brands there.
Yeah.
What does it do for brand awareness?
So Barbie actually was one of our biggest partnerships. Mattel reached out to us, and honestly, when we got that message, we weren't sure if it was real because it was so surreal for us as a small Filipino brand that they wanted to partner with someone like us. And we're a mostly women team. Actually, I think 90% of our team is women. We just have one man, and everybody was so excited because Barbie was something we all grew up playing with. So we were able to do something fun, a nostalgic collection that our customers also really liked.
So was that on purpose, just one man in the team?
Yes.
So tell us about that international partnership and also the move that you're making now with Sasa Jimenez. I was just wondering, are you related at all?
No, we're not. So actually, Sasa has been a customer since the pandemic, and she's someone that we look up to because she's a designer, and we love her pieces. And we wanted to feature for Women's Month people in our community that have an impact, like Sasa. You know, she's designed beautiful gowns for a lot of people in the Philippines, and she also wears penny pairs. So we wanted to be very authentic about, you know, the people we feature.
10 seconds. What's it like to be girl boss? And for those that are watching, how can they be one?
I think it's just really, you know, finding what you're passionate about and being really into something that you're doing. So for me, it's fashion and jewelry, and that's why I think I enjoy my job so much.
Right, and you look like it. Thank you so much, Camille. Really
Thank you
appreciate
so much.
it.
Thank you for having me.
Camille Jimenez of Penny Pairs.